right. Hey. Elaine Proby here, CEO of PROBY'S Tax and Accounting and Tips from Elaine's Desk. Welcome back to our weekly conversation. All right. So guys, today this is going to be very interesting for all of you guys who are out there doing business. Again, doesn't matter how big or how small your business are. You are in business if you are doing any type of services or selling any type of product. Okay, so you are in business, whether you are a sole proprietor, whether you're incorporated, you are in business. So everything we're going to talk about today has to do with you and your business. All right. So today we're going to talk about 3 steps to building a strong financial function for your business. And the reason for this is it has been said that in 2021, there's about 5.4 million businesses got started. 20% of those didn't make it through the year, and it's predicted that by 2025, half of those businesses will be out of business, right? And why is that? We always want to know people start business, and they always tell you, well, a lot of business won't last. And, for the most part, you already know what it is that you're going to do. You pretty much know how you're going to do it, how you're going to sell your services, how you're going to sell your product. But the key to all of this is failure to effectively manage your finances. This is the reason why a lot of businesses do not make it. Poor financial management. So we're going to talk about 3 points today that's going to help us with that. So you are one of those businesses that's going to stay in business. All right. We're not going to be a statistic. So hi, Rod. Thanks for jumping on here. So let's jump right into these points, guys. Hit like and share on this video. Very important, again, self-employed, corporations, whatever type of business you're operating, whether you're the only person in there, this all relates to you, okay? So first point today, guys, is you must implement fundamental to handle your finances. Has to have things in place to make sure this happens. Now, a lot of us, when we start the business, of course, we're everything. We're the CFO. We're we're the marketing person. We do everything in the business. So if this is just you, or if you're able to hire someone, the key thing is hire an accountant, hire a CFO, hire someone to help you with the finances, with the numbers. Very, very important, because again, this is why a lot of businesses go out of business, because they're not on top of their finances. So you need to have someone that's going to be in charge of this, if not you. That's going to make sure that they are on top of all the money that's coming in. First and foremost, make sure that your customers are paying, all the money is coming in, and make sure that you pay your vendors, all your staff, and everything else that has to be paid, and make sure that that goes out. Someone has to be in control of this, all right, on a regular basis. This is just the first step that you must do in order to control your finances. And once you do this, guys, you got to be able to reconcile your accounts. So many of us don't reconcile our bank accounts, right? How many of you guys have a bank account, even from a personal perspective? How often do you go back and reconcile that account, make sure that everything you put in there and everything that went out of there is accurate? Sometimes months later, we find out that some debit took place on our bank account, or someone fraudulently took some money out of our bank account, or something happened that wasn't supposed to be there. We find this sometimes, or we discover this stuff sometimes months later when something else takes place. So, but in business, we can't do that. In business, we must make sure that we reconcile, meaning you are on top of everything that went in and everything that came out, and all of it adds up. So once you reconcile your bank account and you know that everything that went in and everything that went out, then you're able to see what cash you have left so that you can stay on top of your cash flow. This is super important, guys, and it's very, very, very simple. If you're not the one that's going to be able to do that, make sure you hire someone to do it. Hire an accountant, hire a CFO, have someone to assist you with that process. Because once again, the biggest failure for most businesses is poor management of the cash, right? Because without that, hey, you can't do anything, right? So most small companies, this is their problem. You want to make sure that you handle this, and there are tools that you could put in place for this, right? They have all type of software, all different type of tools that you could put in place. They help you managing the inflow of cash, the outflow of cash, and to make sure that you're on top of all your reserves. So if you're not able to do this, do me a favor, make sure they tell you when you first start a business, one of the first things you need to do is make sure that you hire an accountant or a lawyer if you're in one of those businesses that's going to deal with contracts on a regular basis. All right. So make sure we stay on top of that, stay on top of our cash flow, and make sure that we stay in business, because we are going to make sure we do this right. Okay. So Lerner Smith, thanks for jumping in. Thank you for the hearts. So you guys hit like and share on this video. We are talking about 3 steps in building a strong financial function for your business. This will allow you to stay in business no matter how small or how large the business is. Cash flow is the key. All right. So let's move on to our second point. Risha Utah Smith, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you for jumping on here. So guys, the second point today is build credible forecast capabilities, meaning that you have to have a forecasting that's done on a regular basis. If you have a CFO that you're working with or an accountant you're working with, guys, what the forecast is, it's looking ahead. They're projecting, they're doing budgets, they're seeing what's coming down the road, how the economy looks, how the prospect of getting more income, how that looks. This is what the forecast is. You have to be able to have someone that's going to be able to have a credible forecast, give you an eye in the future of what things may look like. So this is how they manage the growth. This is how you manage your finance. So if in fact your business is going to grow, you have to know what's ahead, or you have to see what's ahead, and you have to manage what that process is so that you're not blindsided by anything, right? Financially, the economy and all that good stuff. So you have to stay on top of that, right? So you have to have efficient resources in place so that you can make a good allocation, a good projection, a good budgeting. This is all information that's out there. It's out there. You can find the stuff. Again, if you're operating and running a business, guys, you can't be lazy about this. You got to either you do it or get someone to assist with the process, right? So whatever is happening or you project is happening, whether it's positive or negative, you will know how to maneuver. You'll know how to measure that. You'll know how to adjust. This is the word. You'll know how to adjust, right? So if your business is growing, and for you to manage that growth, you have to stay ahead of what's happening out there. How are you going to be doing this if you don't know? You can make decisions once you know. You can continue to do things the way you're doing them, or you can decide not to do certain things, or you can go full force into doing other things. This is when you're on top of it and you know what the forecast looks like, and you know how the market is behaving out there and what you should be doing in order to grow your business. When we started off, we said we're going to make all this money. Usually that is the case because that's what you see. That's your vision. However, there are steps for you to get there. And you have to be able to move along those steps very easily, very smoothly, for you to get to those levels to where you can really see a profit in your business. Okay. But the key is to stay in business. That's what we're talking about today. So you guys hit like and share on this on this live. So everybody can get this information. I like to emphasize it doesn't matter how large your business is. You are in business, guys. If you are a sole proprietor, if you are working out of your home, you are doing business and you are in it to make money. And there are things that you have to do to make sure that happen. And some of us start off in the home, but we want to grow. We want to get to a brick and mortar place if we're selling merchandise. We want to be able to open up our doors if we're selling food. We want to be able to move ahead and grow. So this is what you have to do, guys. Your finance is very, very important. And that's what we're talking about here today. So let's jump into the third point. Third point today, guys, is you have to establish a cost-effective financial framework. And this means, like anything else, you have to put the framework in order. So someone, again, if not you, your CFO or your accountant, guys, you can't not have someone that knows these numbers, okay, on your team. If not you, and I don't think you're going to have the time to actually do this, because for the most part, you're going to be busy growing the business. You're going to be busy doing what you do best. So you're going to have to get someone who can do this, hire yourself an accountant, and get someone to handle this that really knows what they're doing. So establish a cost-effective framework, right? You have to do this in your operation. You must be able to have the processes that's going to take place within the financial aspect of stuff. Again, you have to update all of your control procedures, make sure that everything is tight. If you're in a, let's say, a cash flow business where a lot of cash comes in, people are usually buying with cash. You got to have some procedures in place, some checks and balances. You got to be able to stay on top of that cash. How would you know if cash is disappearing out of your business if you do not have proper procedures, right? So you have to have a framework with cost-effective procedures so you can stay on top of your cash flow. So you have to know when that money is not right, when that money comes in. Does it go to the right place? Does it go to the bank if it's cash? You know, some of us have these businesses where a lot of people is paying with cash. How are you tracking that? That's what this is all about. Okay, so revise all of your threshold. If you don't have that in place right now, make sure that all your standards are up to par. If you don't have things in place, this is what it means by effective framework. If you don't have things in place to stay on top of your finances, your business will not survive. Period. This is the reason why a lot of business go out of business. Again, poor financial management. This is what we're talking about today, guys. And it doesn't matter if you're managing $50,000 or $5 million or $10 million. It doesn't really matter. As long as you have the framework in place, established enough and effectively enough so that you can stay on top of all these things. All right. So those are my 3 points, 3 steps to build a strong finance function for your business, guys. Again, it has been said that in 2025, half those 5 million businesses that started in 2021 will be out of business. You don't want to be one of those people. And it doesn't matter, once again, how large or how small your businesses are. So let's recap what these 3 points are. You guys make some notes, right? If you have any question, put it in the chat. Kay Williams, thanks for jumping on here. Hi, Joan. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. All right. So the 3 points today, guys, is implement fundamental finance processes in your business. Make sure that you know what bills, what monies are coming in, what bills you need to pay, balance, reconcile all your accounts. Don't wake up one day and stuff have come out of your bank account. You have no idea what it is. All this kind of stuff you have to stay on. And so this is why you reconcile. This is why you know what went in. This is why you know what went out. This is why everything has to add up. And if you can't operate the tools that they have, all these different software out there, like they say, garbage in, garbage out. If you have a software that you're using, but you don't understand if it's right, then again, you're not going to get proper reports. Okay. So unless you know what's coming in, what's going out, and staying on top of that stuff, guys, this is going to be so bad. Like I call it, this driving in the dark. You have no clue what your finances look like. Second point, build a credible forecast capability. You have to be able to project. You have to be able to forecast. You have to be able to have someone that will keep up with what's going on economically out there so that they can see what's in the future for you to be able to grow effectively and successfully. So in other words, you don't want to hop up and then spend a lot of money just making all these big giant steps and making all these changes, and all of a sudden you didn't do your homework and find out that all these things was very short-lived, but you just dump a lot of money into certain things and you didn't have no clue as to what the history of that story was going to wind up being. There's no projection. You didn't do enough research. You didn't do enough homework. Okay, so make sure that you have good forecast capability and stay on top of that stuff, guys. Whoever your finance person is, stay on top of that so that you are going to be able to grow successfully, right? And then the third point, establish a cost-effective framework. So you have to make sure that you have the framework laid. You have to have the operations spelled out. You have to know how you're going to update your controls and procedures so you can stay on top of certain things so that nothing slips through the cracks. This is the whole key. Nothing should slip through the cracks. Nothing should happen that you don't know about. No money should go in a place that you don't have any clue where it went or didn't authorize it. This is what that framework is all about, and it has to be effective in order for you to remain in business. Again, can't emphasize, most businesses go out of business, failure to manage your cash flow. Accounting is the key. You have to account for all of your cash, or else I don't know how you can operate and know what's going on. Okay, you're going to wake up one day and it's all going to be gone. All that effort, everything that you put into the business will be gone. That is not what we want, right? That is definitely not what we want. All right, so those are my 3 points today, guys. Very, very, very important financial steps for you to stay in business, okay? So with that said, I want to send you guys to elainesdesk.com. That's where, if you have not started your business yet, you can go to elainesdesk.com. Information is there for you to get it started. There's a lot of short videos there that you can look at to get things going. If you're a little confused, let us know. We'll be able to assist you. I'll be able to talk to you if you'd like. So you guys go there, and there's so much information. There's a great blog page out there telling you everything about business. There's so much information. I got so much great feedback on that blog page as well with all the information that's there. So go to lenses.com and get yourself information, educated on how you can get your business started or take it to the next level. Okay. So, and if you still want to talk to me, go to PROBY'S.com. Go to PROBY'S. There's a calendar, book yourself 15-minute free consultation. Again, I keep emphasizing, a lot of people have taken advantage of this. They call all the time and we'll have a great chat. 15 minutes, sometimes turn into 30 minutes, but it doesn't really matter as long as you get it. Call 323-290-9034 and book yourself a free consultation, okay? I'll be happy to sort things out for you guys personally and business-wise. Okay, so with that said, we are going to be back here on Thursday. What are we talking about on Thursday? Thursday afternoon, we're going to talk about on October the 12th, 3 ways your mindset can impact your physical health. Now, you know, guys, Thursday, we always talk about our mindset. We're trying to stay positive. We talk about our health. We talk about, because if you are not within and you're not healthy and your mindset is not right, your business, your household, your personal, everything's going to go down the tubes, right? So you got to take care of yourself. So we're going to talk about that on Thursday at 1 p.m. Join us right back here Thursday afternoon. Guys, hit like and share. Guys, go ahead and have a wonderful rest of your Thursday afternoon. Don't forget, October 15th, tax deadline. If you owe taxes, you want to get them filed, try to get them in as soon as possible. If you don't meet that deadline, because the interest and penalty will grow about a month. So the longer you wait to do it, the more money you're going to pay. All right, so make sure that you do that. You can call PROBY'S Tax and Accounting or go to our website and upload your information. We'll try to get it done for you on time, if not shortly thereafter, because you don't want to wait too long and rack up all those penalties. You don't want to make that money and give it all back to the government, right? So PROBY'S Tax and Accounting, we're here to help you anywhere you are. Everything is done virtually. You don't have to leave your home office, and we can assist you. A lot of qualified professionals at PROBY'S. And so, like and share that video every Tuesday and Thursday at 1 p.m. I love it. I'll see you guys back here on Thursday. Have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday afternoon. And Risha said, great information as always. Thank you, Risha, for jumping on. Appreciate that. Dylan says, looking forward to Thursday. Appreciate you guys. All right. So I'll see you then. With that said, you guys take care of each other and take care of yourself. Thanks. Bye-bye.